So let's continue with tutorial 3.4.1. In this tutorial, we are going to understand about the AI regulations, standards and frameworks that are relevant to generative AI in software testing. From the ISTQB exam point of view, the learning level is K1. So you have to recall examples of the AI regulations, standards and best practice framework relevant to GenAI in software testing. I have picked up all these standards and regulations from the ISTQB generative AI syllabus. So you are required to memorize these from the exam point of view and what these standards are related to. I'll explain in detail, but you have to memorize these for your exam. Okay, so if we talk about the AI regulation standards and framework, why they are important, let's understand that first. So Gen AI adoption is growing rapidly in software testing, in any IT field or any other field as well. Gen AI adoption is massive, which offers efficiency and innovation. Alongside these opportunities, there are risks such as biases, privacy, security risk, environmental impact. We have already seen all of that in a lot more detail. Regulation, standards and the frameworks provide a structured guidance to ensure that we are using generative AI responsibly and sustainably. Okay, the sustainable use and responsible use of generative AI is possible through these regulations, the standards. If, say, for example, there are no regulations by the organizations, by the government, then you can imagine there are good people and bad people. So people might start using the Gen AI in any sort of wrong way or without any thought or sustainability thought, okay, or responsible thought. So that's for that reason, regulation, standards and frameworks come in picture. So key guidelines relevant to the use of Gen AI in software testing are, these are the four key guidelines, which is basically what we are going to discuss: information technology, artificial intelligence management system, and then the framework for artificial intelligence system using machine learning, EU AI Act, NIST AI risk management framework. So let's understand these one by one. So if we talk about ISO, ISC, this is the number you need to remember. AI management system, the type is standard. What exactly this is all about? It specifies the requirements for managing AI systems within the organization. How you are going to manage the AI systems within the organization. And you can remember that you have the AI management system. So wherever, say for example, you have the keyword, something like that, that means it is for managing the AI systems within the organization. So application in software testing, if we talk about this regulation, it ensures that generative AI in testing follows the recommended practices and it promotes consistency, reliability and organizational governance. Okay, so this is one standard. Now if we move to the next standard, which is ISO ISC 23053 2022, which is framework for AI systems using machine learning. What this framework is all about, it is a framework for AI lifecycle process and emphasizes fault tolerance and transparency. If we talk about the application software testing, this framework ensures data quality and transparency in the generative AI driven testing, and it promotes fault tolerance when using the AI model for test generation and execution. So this is what this framework is all about, promoting fault tolerance and ensuring the data quality. Now if you want to get more detail about this framework, this is the standard. There will be a lot of documentation around this framework, how the AI systems should be implemented for the AI lifecycle and all. So you can go ahead and learn more detail, but from the exam point of view and even from application point of view, this is not relevant for you as a software tester. Whatever is relevant, I'm already covering in this tutorial. The third one is about the AI Act, EU AI Act, which is a regulation, and this act establishes a legal framework addressing the AI risks, classifying applications by the risk level. And if we talk about the application software testing, this regulation mandates transparency, accountability and bias mitigation in generative AI testing. And this also ensures that the compliance with the European regulatory requirement is there. So this is European Union AI Act, a regulatory act which is a legal framework for addressing any of the AI risks, something similar to GDPR, if you have seen, right, for the data protection and privacy of consumers. This is specific to the artificial intelligence. Now, the next one is the NIST AI Risk Management Framework, and this is a framework. It offers guidelines for managing the AI risks, focusing on the fairness, transparency, and security. Okay, so making sure that the model is fair, it is transparent and secure. And if we talk about the applications in the software testing, when you have this framework, it will ensure the fairness in the GenAI output and mitigates risks of bias or insecure test result. Now, with these frameworks, with these regulations, if the AI model or generative AI model complies with these, you can ensure that yes, if, say for example, model is compliant with an NIST AI risk management framework, then you know that yes, it will ensure fairness in the generative AI outputs, mitigates the risk of the biased or insecure test result. Similarly, if the model is compliant with the regulatory EU AI Act, you know that it is addressing any of the AI risk, classifying application by the risk level, right? So this is what the purpose of these regulations and framework is for the generative AI or any large language models. Now, if we talk about staying ahead in the generative AI testing, because AI technologies and regulations are continuously evolving, so it becomes important that the organizations are updated on the standards, regulations, and framework, and you as a person, as a tester, as a team member should also keep exploring about any of the updates. Any updates in this syllabus, I'll anyways go ahead and update or create a new tutorial on the updates, but you should also personally see about any of the frameworks, regulations, standards that are being updated or are relevant in your project or organization. Okay, and then integrate sustainability, ethics, and compliance into the test strategy. So sustainability, keeping in mind about the sustainability, the ethics, and the compliance into the test strategy is also very important when using the generative AI. So that's all for the regulations and the compliance. Thank you. I'll see you in the next tutorial.